She's just a friend. Why are you so jealous? My ex and I are just talking, it's nothing. You know, my coworker said the funniest thing today. She really gets me. You're not crazy. You're not too jealous. And that sick feeling in your stomach, it's not insecurity. It's your gut telling you exactly what's happening. They're not just talking about someone else, they're using someone else to control you. This is called triangulation. And it's one of the most emotionally devastating tactics in the narcissist's playbook. Because it doesn't just hurt. It makes you compete for love you should never have to fight for. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what triangulation is, why narcissists use it, and the different forms it takes. But here's what most videos won't tell you. And this is important, so stay until the end. I'll show you why your reaction to triangulation is the whole point, and the one mindset shift that makes you immune to it forever. Let's get into it. Hey, welcome back to Twisted Mind Files. If you're new here, this channel is all about understanding the darker side of human psychology without losing your humanity in the process. Quick reminder before we dive in. I'm not a licensed psychologist. Everything I share comes from years of personal experience and research, not a textbook. If you're here trying to understand someone in your life, you're in the right place. Now let's talk about triangulation. So what exactly is triangulation? Triangulation is when someone brings a third person into the dynamic of your relationship, not to genuinely connect with that person, but to manipulate you. It's using someone else as a tool to make you feel jealous, insecure, or like you have to compete for attention. The third person can be anyone, an ex, a coworker, a friend, a family member, sometimes even a stranger they just met, sometimes a person who doesn't even exist. What matters isn't who the third person is. What matters is why they're being brought up. In healthy relationships, people talk about others naturally. Your partner might mention a coworker, an old friend, an ex from years ago. That's normal. That's life. Triangulation is different. It's strategic. It's designed to get a reaction out of you. And you can feel the difference, even if you can't quite name it. It's that moment when they mention someone and your chest tightens. When you suddenly feel like you need to prove yourself. When you walk away from a conversation feeling smaller than before. But that's not your insecurity, that's triangulation working exactly as intended. Why do narcissists use triangulation? Because it's incredibly effective at keeping you off balance and under control. Let me break down the reasons. First, it creates competition. Narcissists thrive on feeling desired, wanted, fought over. By bringing someone else into the picture, they create a dynamic where you feel like you have to earn their attention. And here's the twisted part. You're not competing with the other person. You're competing with an idea, a ghost, someone the narcissist has built up, often exaggerated or completely fabricated, specifically to make you try harder. Suddenly you're putting in more effort, being more available, tolerating things you wouldn't normally accept, all because you're subconsciously trying to win. But you can't win a game that's designed for you to lose. Second, it provides constant validation. Every time you react with jealousy, every time you ask questions, every time you try harder to keep their attention, you're feeding their ego. Your jealousy tells them they're desirable. Your insecurity tells them they have power. Your efforts to compete tell them they're worth fighting for. Triangulation is a validation machine, and your pain is the fuel. Third, it deflects attention from their behavior. This is subtle but important. When you're busy worrying about the other person, who is she? What did they talk about? Why does he keep mentioning her? You're not focused on the narcissist's actual behavior. You're not asking why they're being distant. You're not addressing the real problems in the relationship. You're not holding them accountable. You're too busy being jealous to notice you're being manipulated. Fourth, it keeps you insecure. A confident partner is harder to control. Someone who knows their worth might leave. Someone who trusts themselves might see through the manipulation. Triangulation systematically breaks down your confidence. It makes you question your attractiveness, your worth, your value compared to others. And the more insecure you become, the more dependent you become on their validation, which is exactly where they want you. By the way, if you're still watching, good. Because what I'm about to explain next is the different forms triangulation takes, and some of them are so subtle you might not have recognized them. Keep watching. Triangulation doesn't always look like obvious flirting or mentioning an ex. It takes many forms, and recognizing them is the first step to protecting yourself. Form number 1, the ex who never goes away. They talk about their ex constantly. Compare you to them. Maybe they're even still friends in ways that feel inappropriate. They might say things like, "My ex used to do this for me," or "My ex never complained about that." The message is clear. Someone else did it better. You need to try harder. Form number 2, the coworker or friend who just gets them. There's always someone at work or in their life who they connect with on a different level. They light up when talking about this person. They share inside jokes. They make you feel excluded from a bond you can't compete with. And when you express discomfort, you're being controlling or paranoid. Form number 3, the random compliment about strangers. They comment on how attractive someone is. They check out other people in front of you. They mention how someone flirted with them, just casually, like it's no big deal. But it is a big deal, because every comment chips away at your security, and they know it. Form number 4, using family against you. This one hurts deeply. They tell their family things about you, often distorted or completely false, and then report back how their family agrees with them. Even my mom thinks you're overreacting. My sister said she'd never put up with that. Now you're not just fighting them, you're fighting an invisible jury that's already decided you're the problem. Form number 5, manufacturing jealousy out of thin air. Sometimes the third person is barely real, someone who smiled at them, someone who definitely wanted them. A random interaction turned into a story designed to make you react. They're not reporting reality, they're creating fiction to trigger your insecurity. Form number 6, reverse triangulation. This one's tricky. Instead of making you jealous of others, they make others jealous of you. They flirt with you in front of someone else. They brag about you to make an ex feel bad. They use you as a prop in their game. It might feel flattering at first, but you're still just a tool, a pawn in their need for validation and drama. Here's what I really need you to understand. Your reaction is the whole point. When they mention the ex and you get quiet, that's what they wanted. When they talk about the coworker and you start asking questions, that's what they wanted. When you try harder, dress better, become more available, tolerate more, that's what they wanted. Triangulation only works if you react. Your jealousy is the goal. Your insecurity is the product. Your pain is their power. And here's the painful truth. The third person usually has no idea they're being used. They might be a perfectly innocent coworker who's just being friendly. They might be an ex who's moved on and has no interest. They might be completely fabricated. The narcissist isn't interested in the third person. They're interested in what the third person does to you. So how do you protect yourself from triangulation? Step 1, name what's happening. The moment you recognize it as a tactic, it loses most of its power. When they mention someone and you feel that familiar tightness, pause. Ask yourself, is this information I needed, or is this designed to make me feel something? Calling it out internally, this is triangulation, creates distance between you and the emotional reaction they're trying to trigger. Step 2, refuse to compete. This is hard. Every instinct tells you to try harder, to prove yourself, to show them you're better than whoever they're comparing you to. Don't. You're not in competition, you refuse to be in competition. Anyone who makes you compete for basic love and respect is telling you exactly how they see relationships, as games to be won. You deserve someone who chooses you, period. Not someone who dangles other options to keep you performing. Step 3, don't give them the reaction. When they mention someone and wait for your response, give them nothing, or as little as possible. A simple okay or that's nice without emotion. This isn't about being cold or playing games. It's about not feeding the cycle. When triangulation stops producing results, it often stops happening. Or the narcissist escalates so obviously that the manipulation becomes undeniable. Step 4, trust your gut, not their explanations. They will always have an explanation. She's just a friend. You're being paranoid. I can't even mention anyone without you getting jealous. But your gut knows. That sick feeling isn't insecurity. It's your intuition registering something your conscious mind hasn't processed yet. If it feels wrong, it probably is. Step 5, ask yourself the hard question. Do you want to spend your life feeling like this? Looking over your shoulder, wondering who they're texting, competing with ghosts? That's not love, that's survival mode. You deserve a relationship where you feel secure, where mentioning a coworker doesn't come with hidden daggers, where you're not constantly measuring yourself against invisible competition. That relationship exists, but not with someone who uses triangulation. Here's the mindset shift I promised you, the one that makes you immune to triangulation forever. It's this: you are not in competition for love. Say it again, you are not in competition for love. Real love doesn't require you to perform. It doesn't ask you to be better than someone else. It doesn't keep score or threaten you with alternatives. Real love is secure. It's chosen. It's committed. Someone who truly loves you doesn't want you to feel jealous. They don't need you insecure to feel desired. They don't play games because your happiness matters to them. The moment you internalize this, the moment you truly believe you're worthy of love that doesn't require competition, triangulation becomes transparent. You see it for what it is, a manipulation tactic from someone who's incapable of real intimacy. And you walk away, not because you lost, but because you finally stopped playing. If this video helped you recognize something you couldn't name before, there are 2 videos I want you to watch next. First, if you haven't seen it yet, Watch the previous video in this series, Future Faking. It explains how narcissists keep you hooked with promises they never intend to keep, and triangulation often works hand in hand with future faking to keep you trapped and trying. Second, the next video in this series covers hoovering. That's what happens when you finally leave, and the narcissist tries to suck you back in. I'll leave the links on screen and in the description. The narcissist's playbook only works if you don't know it exists. Now you do. If this helped you, leave a comment and tell me, have you ever experienced triangulation? Who was the third person they used against you? And when did you finally realize what was happening? Take care of yourself. You deserve it. I'll see you in the next one.